Hi folks, well it's a new day and we continue our bathroom remodel project. As you can see, what I've done is I've pulled the sink back off of the vanity base for now. I'll explain why in a minute, but in addition to that you can see what I've added. Since our last video I put the other supply hose on, and I also put both of the shut-off valves and also the little CPVC connecting nipples there that will just be glued into a piece of PVC pipe for the supplies, the hot and cold supplies. What I also did is I put onto the sink tailpiece, I put the P-trap on. As you can see, it's not all that complicated. It comes into a few pieces. You just slide the locking nut up the tailpiece, then there's a little plastic gasket that goes in there to seal it better, and then it comes down into the trap area. This is where the water sits. This is where, when you need to take your sink drain apart in case somebody drops something down it, this is where it would be lying. This is also where the water remains so that no sewer gases come up through. Then that's connected again with a plastic washer there. The two pieces connect together, and then it comes out to where it connects into the actual 1.5-inch pipe that goes into the drain. So again, this is backwards from how you would normally do it, because this would be under the sink and you would add it all then, but because it was easier, given how I'm doing this, to put this all together now, I did so. So when I drop this back into the vanity base, all I have to do is glue two pieces of PVC to that PVC pipe to the ends there, and slide the end of this P-trap into the 1.5-inch PVC plastic drain pipe. So everything will be hooked up at that point. Now the other reason that I did what I did was I wanted to find exactly where these valves and the drain pipe would go through the wall. So I put them in position, and then what I did was, as you can see, let's go down here a little bit. As you can see, I actually marked the wall there. There's where the two supply lines will come through, and then up here is where the drain pipe will come through the wall. So it's told me exactly where in this layout I need to drill my hole through the wall and fish my pipe, and then everything will fit. Instead of having to adapt the connections underneath the sink to where the supplies and the drain came out through the wall, I can customize it this way. So that's one thing that's a little different, but I felt that that would make it easier to do. So the next move is going to be to drill 3 holes. I have my first paddle bit in for the 2 supply lines, and then I'll use a larger one, an 1.5-inch one, for the drain pipe. Hopefully these will be strong enough to do the job. The smaller one certainly will. The larger one, the other option would be to get a hole saw and drill through, but since I have to go through drywall, plaster, lath, and then a stud cavity and plaster and lath on the other side, it's easier to have something a little longer to do that. So that's what I'm going to do next.